Network.
Hot topics.
And we're back. Who is Hot Topics brought by? Emmanuel
Brought to you
Glaze.
by Dr. Kevin Dancy.
Dr. Kevin Dancy.
You gotta love Periscope. Dr. Kevin Dancy, it's your smile isn't
Love
coming
your
to you.
phone.
You should be coming to us. That was actually for a good call. We got a person coming up.
Yeah, that was very good calls.
Complete Family Dentistry on the side over there in the beautiful Swats, man. Call and make an appointment.
Southwest Atlanta.
678-836-2118. 678-836-2118. All right, guys, today's hot topic. Hall of Fame was called out today, the basketball. Now, this is what everybody need to understand.
It's the Basketball Hall of Fame.
It's not the NBA
Not the
Hall of
NBA,
Fame.
it's basketball.
The Naismith basketball. First of all, Coach Dube, what you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Hey, we'll do the full introduction.
Yeah, we'll do the proper introduction.
But we want you to come on in on this one right here, man. Come on in on this one. So right now, the headlines, of course, Shaq, AI,
Yao Ming, Tom Izzo,
and Cheryl Swoops.
Cheryl Swoops had her first female to have her own tennis shoe.
The logo, as they call it. She was the logo. Is she still the logo?
I don't know. I didn't know she was the logo.
Yeah, she was the WNBA logo for it.
Well, that's proper.
Yeah.
Like I said, she had her own Nikes.
So those were 5. And then they had a posthumous group. Zalmo Betty, Darryl Garniston, John McClendon, and
Let's not worry about them.
Cumberland Posey. So that's about 9 that went in.
Okay.
But let's talk about the top 5, man. Is there any of these, in your opinion, to both of you, that should have been left out?
Ooh, Coach, I'm gonna let you answer that first, Coach.
No. I mean, each one of them was at the top of their game at some point.
Mhm.
They left an indelible mark on basketball, and I don't see why they shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
I call Yao Ming the plug. He the plug to me because he opened up. I mean, the game was already global, but what he did, what he brought his entire country on board.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, that's what the NBA was about.
Yeah.
David Stern during his reign, that's what he was about. He was about
Making it
expanding. Like, he wanted to be global, and what better way than to get the country that got the most people?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, just go through the top 3. Shaq. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no brainer, man, no
That's
brainer.
easy. Shaq, 19 years, 3 titles. I mean, 4 titles, 3 MVP.
Not as many as Kobe, but okay.
You want to get into that right
Okay,
now?
let's go, man.
Why you want to get into that right now?
Man, gosh, I just want to put that out there.
AI, we know about him. And there's been an argument. There's a guy in particular. I'm not going to say his name because I want to get out of it. But he's been arguing AI shouldn't have been there. He said he was a ball hawk. Didn't really do nothing. I said, I just looked at AI stats. I mean,
he carried that team.
26-point games.
Dude, nobody that size was supposed to be able to do what AI did. And people have to understand this. AI never worked on his game, never worked on his body. To do what he did at 5, listen, y'all, he won 6 feet. At 5'10" and a half, 165.
He wore the shoes a little extra maybe to get him that.
Man, come on.
He was 26. He was almost 27 a game, almost 6 assists a game, 3 rebounds, almost 4 rebounds a game, and 2 steals a game. He was most valuable player in 2001, the year that he took him all the way to the finals.
I mean, he put a terrible. Go back and look at that Philadelphia 76er roster. That roster was terrible.
4-time scoring champion, 99, 2001, 2002, and 2005. 11-time All-Star, 2-time All-Star MVP, and was a Rookie of the Year in 1997.
And he made the NBA develop a dress code.
Yeah.
That's impact.
And he got one of the most famous lines ever.
Practice?
We talking about
We're talking about practice?
We talking about the game, not game.
Not the game.
Practice. Yeah, and I don't. AI was easy to me,
Dude, it was a no-brainer, man. No-brainer.
Tom Izzo speaks for himself as well. I mean,
man. Izzo.
one of
Even
them
though he messed up my bracket this year. Boy, now I was hating when they said his name. I was like, he shouldn't even get in just because he messed up my bracket.
Forget about all the other ones in between.
He messed up my bracket.
Get all the year before.
I don't care what you did with Mateen Cleaves. You messed up my bracket, dog.
He gave Mateen a name. Mateen still walking around like, that's my coach. Cheryl Swoops, I mean, if you know anything about basketball, what she did during that period of time when she was at Tech, La Tech, I mean, it would just carry that team. Not, come on, man, correct me, Texas Tech, right?
Yes, sir.
Texas Tech.
Yes, sir.
But then she went to the WNBA. Houston won the first 3.
Won the first 3 or 4.
Yeah. Came out the bat with that.
But again, she was the first female to have her own signature shoe.
Yeah. So she dominated in the game. I don't have a problem with this 5. You know what I'm saying?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I think when everybody was questioning Yao Ming, yes, he didn't have the greatest of stats, Yao Ming in the phrase is impact on the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Change. Because what David Stern was trying to do, Yao helped them get there.
He was the plug.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you ain't see too many cats in China trying to ball back then like that.
No, man.
Now they had Yao Ming, and Yao Ming was getting all-star because he would be leading in one country big time.
Boy, I mean, when you got imagine you got the whole country. The whole country got your back.
Voting for you.
Jordan don't even have the whole country here. Got his back.
Woo. Hey, man. Hey, it's over already. I hear the music. We just got stuff. We'll talk about Hall of Fame. That was Hot Topic brought to you by Dr. Kevin Dancy. If your smile isn't becoming you, you should be coming to us. Dr. Kevin Dancy has been practicing dentistry for 15 years in beautiful Southwest Atlanta. His office is located at 3752 Cascade Road, Suite 190. Complete family dentistry with everything you need in one office. Call and make an appointment at 678-836-2118. When we come back, man, y'all better get your track and field on because we got to get ours on.
Let's get it.
Stay with us. It's The Crush.
Yup.
Vince Lombardi once said that it's hard to be aggressive when you're confused. Some of us think that taking our lives to the next level, both personally and professionally, is a confusing and complicated process. Guess what? It's not, and I can prove it. My book, Truisms, will show you how living your life by rules that are so self-evident and obvious, you'll say, I knew that. This powerful yet short, detailed bestseller is on sale right now, under $10. Go to michaelmcfadden.com. That's michaelmcfadden.com, and let Truisms help you to the next level.
Marie Callender's knows that you may not have time to roll out dough for a perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch, or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie, but Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special, sit down, and savor. Marie Callender's, it's time to savor.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it. And it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
Hey parents, finding it hard to communicate with kids in today's world of ever-changing slang?
Hi, son.
Excuse me?
Introducing the Communicizer. Just strap non-toxic Communicizer to your mouth and go from boring old man speak
I'm here if you want to talk.
to 100% off the chain.
Text me whenever, yo.
It's that easy.
Thanks to Communicizer, I'm relevant to my kids again. I'm fly, boo.
And now when you buy Communicizer, you get the auto-tune attachment free. Sounds so hip-hop, your kids will want to talk to you for hours.
I used to have to walk 3 miles uphill to school every morning, short.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too, son.
Communicizer is not available in stores because it doesn't exist. But that's okay. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Adopt Us Kids and the Ad Council.
This is University of Georgia linebacker Demetrius Douglas. You're tuned in to The Crush on Sensation Station Network.
Hey, Demetrius, we need a few things passed, so, man.
We'll call you.
We're going to need a few things
We'll
passed
call you.
in that Georgia legislative.
We
man.
just got an email. We'll call you.
Hey, man, we're going into our question interview. Maceo, I'm going to let you do it, man. Introduce this man.
Hey, man, this guy has had so many titles with United States Track and Field Association of Georgia. But right now, he's currently the Vice President of Communications he set up all of their social. I didn't know that he set up all of their social media platforms because he felt like they needed a voice, man. You know, the guy just does it all, man. And we're trying to get him to Rio. Well, he's trying to get himself to Rio because he's really working out here in these streets, man. But again, like I say, I could be all day talking about all the accomplishments of this guy. So we're gonna let him do it a little bit. Coach Dube is in the building. What's up, Coach?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
Thanks for letting me come out here and talk a little bit.
Oh, man, no
The
doubt.
funny thing about Dube is back is when we, for those who know, man, I know I'm a big fella now, but back in the day, I was still a big fella, but I could run a little bit. So I used to run with Coach Dube and my man, Coach Foster.
Coach Foster.
But Dube used to always be technical. He always had to have a camera or a video camera in his hand, all the latest gadgets. Where you get that from?
He was doing that before he was ahead of the game.
Yeah, so that's why the social network, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. He should be doing all that.
Yeah, he was ahead of the game, man.
You can watch the track meet. He flying drones now all over the place and stuff like that. So, Coach Dube, how you doing, man?
Man, it's a great day. Great day, man. Weather was warm.
Oh,
great practice today, so I'm happy as can be
practice
right
day,
now.
Coach?
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, my bad. I should have known. Yeah, I should have known. Yeah, I should have known.
Ain't no spring break in Olympics, man.
Yeah, man.
It's that time.
It's 365 for us.
So let me ask you this, dude. I always want to ask you this. When did you fall in love with track and field?
Man, let me tell you, I was in middle school, or junior high at the time, as we called it, and I was watching NCAA, the one sports show that came on Saturday, and I saw Greg Foster running against Ronaldo Nehemiah.
Ooh, they were rolling.
And they were at the collegiate level at that time, and I said, man, I can hurdle. I can do that. I can do that. I went back to school that Monday. I showed my gym class, or my coach, my middle school coach. I said, let me try this hurdle. And I tried the hurdle. I fell in love with it ever since.
Cause, I mean, that seems like seeing you seem like you give more passion to the hurdles when you coach. Because when we saw you last, you was actually coaching hurdles when we saw you.
That's right.
And I was like, but I know she catching it over there. I know how.
That's all we kept saying. I was like, she by herself?
I know she probably like, what time is practice over? Jeez.
So real quick, which is hurdles that sport for you, or do you just love? Because you've coached everything.
Let me tell you what. I grew up in the era where a coach is a coach. People associate me with the jumps, but realistically, I love all the sport. I love all the events. I love the distance events. I love the jump events. I love the sprint events. I mean, I'm just a track guy, and you never know what you get every year. And somebody's going to come and say, hey, I want a pole vault. So you got to do a fast study on pole vault and get them down the track and at least make people think that you know what you're doing. But no, I really love all the events.
Yeah.
Wow, Coach. Now, we were talking about this earlier. And one of the things that I loved about was our time in Morris Brown with you. You always taught guys into, hey, come run track. Talk about how important track and field is just for all athletes.
Well, first of all, in most ballistic sports, speed kills.
Ooh.
I mean, it's just, there's no doubt in my mind.
No other word.
The greater velocity I can create, the better off I am.
Yeah.
So I always saw track as that opportunity for football players, let's say, to recover instead of taking all those licks in spring ball, lift. I wanted them to get out there. Let's run down the track. Let's develop that speed component. And if you develop that speed component, you are a dangerous animal on that football field because you can't stop what you can't catch.
There it is.
There
it is.
And what do we have? We had a young fella in here who said his game changed when he ran track.
When he started running track.
When he started running track, he said,
I became a better athlete when I ran track.
Right, and there's probably thousands or hundreds of examples of football players or great basketball players or other sports or other sporters that got out there, ran, we didn't know it, and then they became great whatever they are. Great basketball players, great football players, great baseball players. You just see the speed in those guys and girls.
Yeah. It make a difference.
Exactly.
So what are some of the things that you look for? You've been coaching for a minute now. To develop an athlete, to develop a track athlete, to get them to the level that because you national championships, world championships, global games. What are some of the things you look for and try to work with them to get them to that point?
Man, winners win. That's the first thing I look at. If if you don't have that winning spirit inside of you, it doesn't really matter what I can teach you. I can make you better, I can make you faster, I can make you stronger, but I can't teach you how to win. And winning is relative, right?
Yeah.
It's moving. You're gonna face some loss. You're gonna face a lot of different things, but that's the first thing I look.
Hold on to that. We're going to get some more of that. Right when we come back. Stay with us. It's The Crush.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician.
This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really?
He had no idea just how many.
I can't believe it. This one looks good.
Peter is thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner?
See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
Thanks for asking, but I'd rather not send you nude pictures. I'm camera shy. I already said no. Under my clothes, I'm a robot. My webcam is broken. I'm worried they'll get passed around school. I have a rash. I have nudophobia. I have lizard skin. I'm a vampire, so I don't show up in pictures anyways. Your badgering has really killed the mood.
When someone is pressuring you to do something you don't want to, how many ways can you say no before they get the message? Let us know at that'snotcool.com. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hello, and welcome to today's lottery drawing. Good luck. And here's today's winning numbers. First one up, it's not yours. Second one, not yours. And another number that's not yours. Okay, this is one number that's yours. It's a 5, but you don't get any money for that. And the final number is not yours.
Yep, so chances are you're not going to hit the lottery anytime soon. Don't get us wrong, the lottery can be fun every now and then. Just please don't rely on it for your future savings. How about this? Brew your own coffee at home instead of buying that latte every day. Brown bag it to work instead of ordering in. Ride your bike instead of buying all that gas. These changes alone can save you thousands a year. Thousands. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feed that piggy bank. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas on how to save. Feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Twin Sports TV, and shout out to The Crush on Sensation Station Network. Get your game up. Woo!
And we're back. Still here with our man, Coach Ian Dube.
Y'all gonna learn today.
So, the hardest to coach. What's the hardest thing to coach kids to do? Even though they got the attitude, you got to like what they like. What's the thing you find out you have to struggle and take the longest to teach a kid?
Breaking habits, bad habits. Kinesthetically, a lot of kids don't kinesthetically understand how to move. So because they've done it so long and they reinforce the wrong habits, you have to turn around and slowly work them into what you want them to be.
Okay.
All right, so that's the hardest thing for me.
Yeah.
You know, just taking that time, breaking those little small habits. That's it.
Coach, $1 million question. Can you get faster?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And see, a lot of people don't realize that. They think you got certain speed. Because 4 years me running track with them, I mean, I came from Lincoln County. All I did was run. Y'all sat there, steps wrong. Get your hand in. It's all about angles. And the one word that stays with me 20 years later is heel over opposite knee. I hate that phrase. I hate it because I can hear them always screaming, get your heel over opposite knee, and it's about the way you run.
Yeah.
You don't think it matters.
But it matters.
But it matters. It's all about stride and getting in the blocks and all this stuff, man. But when you are coaching from a newer person to a world-class athlete, what are some of the things that you look and say, what kind of coaching can you give a world-class athlete that's different from a newer one?
Well, like I said, everything is it's progression.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get a young person who hasn't done the sport a lot, obviously I've got to tailor the training and dampen it down just a little bit. They cannot handle the levels of volume and intensity that somebody who's been doing it for 20 years. Their body's just not strong enough. And if I apply some of that stimulus to the younger athlete, I can hurt them. Or they'll move on to another sport. They'll become volleyball players, golfers, or something like that. So I have to tailor that practice for them.
One of the reasons I became a great baseball player, because track and field, I was like, this is insane.
Right.
This is crazy.
Painful thing.
Now, Coach, one of the terms that you guys used to use all the time, and I never understood, was like, you got to empty your lungs. If I was y'all, empty your lungs, like, what do you want me to do? What is that?
It's the Balsovic movement. So what you're trying to do is push. And what you're trying to do is create pressure, cranial pressure, to secrete adrenaline so you can apply force against the ground and propel yourself down the track.
Oh, okay.
There you go. There's some little track science.
Oh, okay. I would just be like, do you want me to die? I'm like, I'll never forget one night we were over there in the dog, running 10 200s with like about 15 seconds of rest, and he's sitting there like, empty your lungs. I'm like, do he want me to die? Nah, I'm going to die.
And you felt like it.
Yes.
You would feel like it. Cause I used to hate when they make you run the 400 and all that. You bring
God.
back bad memory right now.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that 400. That one of them days I'm gone. I'm out of here, man.
So when you coached at Morris Brown, what were some of the good times they coached at Morris Brown?
Man, let me tell you what I love about Morris Brown. You know, first of all, I was young. I was energetic. We didn't have anything. We didn't have a track. We didn't have equipment. But we got it done.
Yeah. Got it done.
Man, I love the athletes. Some of my closest relationships now are with those people that I coached. You know, because they taught me something. They taught me a lot. They helped me grow up as a coach, and I helped them grow up as people, and we mutually bonded for those 4 years on campus. And I don't think there's any bad moments, even when you say the checks weren't there, or even
Black college, baby. Black college, baby.
When the budget was cut, all those things. But I think I enjoyed my whole experience at Morris Brown, all 17 years there.
Wow.
And see what used to be funny, man, with some of those trips, when you had your own car, we had to drive ourselves to track meet.
That's right.
And Dube would give you about $6 worth of gas in your car. Come on, next person. So you put like $6 in each car, and we got to go where we got to go.
Shout out to them envelopes, white envelopes.
I think I'm past that NCAA time.
Yeah. Statute of limitation ran out on that. Look, I don't think they come calling for $6. I don't think they come calling for those kind of envelopes.
So let me ask a question with that whole thing. Why would a young guy take on that challenge? I mean, I know it was your school, love for the school, because I used to look at you in Foster and be like, y'all would come in. It used to be a funny thing. They would come in right from work, fresh from work, suit and tie on. Sometimes they would stay in it, keep us running. But what kind of made y'all want to keep that passion to keep teaching us, because I can say us because I was part of that, to keep running out there, man?
You know, and I probably could speak for Foster. We built something there.
Yeah.
Tradition. You know, one of the things is we did not have a track tradition at Morris Brown. And when we came in there, I said, we're going to leave here with a legacy. And we left here with banners. We left with championships. And that's what was important to me, just building a legacy at our alma mater.
Wow.
That's very dope right there.
That's
dope.
I mean, we went to AUC that time, but we talked so much trash. They almost kicked us off.
I had quit by that time.
But the crowd, they was loving it.
Oh, man.
Loving it.
Shout out to Maurice Dix, man. Dix said he was gonna call, but I knew Gator wasn't gonna call.
What number can they call us at?
Man, they call us 678-613-5857.
Yeah, but he did call him when Coach Gray was there.
He did
so
call.
He might still call.
So Gator still might call.
He still might call, man. Hey, man, as you can see, man, we having a lot of fun with Coach Dube, man. So stay with us, man. We'll be talking some more. The Crush.
Do you have student loans and are worried about making your payments? Stop worrying. Now, Direct Student Aid can help you if you are behind, if you are late, or even if you are in default on your student loans. We can help cut your payments fast. We provide student loan relief, getting you relief from your student loans right away. We will stop any harassing phone calls, stop any wage garnishments, and even remove any tax liens. No matter how much you owe or how far behind you are with payments, call our established Direct Student Aid toll-free assistance line right now. We can fix your student loan problems guaranteed. That's right, we guarantee we will get your student loan out of default and cut your payments right away. We have helped thousands of people just like you fix their student loans. Best of all, it's 100% guaranteed. Don't go another day with your loans behind or in default. Our specialists are waiting for your call. Call 866-855-6516. That's 866-855-6516. Again, call 866-855-6516. That's 866-855-6516.
I am an American soldier.
I'm a warrior and a member of a team.
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place mission first.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined. Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
You know you're listening to the dopest show on the airwaves, right?
You're my boy!
It's the Crush.
SSNATL.com.
Thank you, sir.
And we're back. So, Dube, let's switch gears for a minute. Everybody knows what's coming up this summer, 2016. So
Summer games.
I hate that it's always a giddy time for me right about this time now. What are some of the things we can look forward to with this year? I mean, let me just run some things down and get your opinion. Let's start with the women's. Can anybody challenge Allison in the 2 and the 4?
No.
Yeah.
I keep it simple. I mean, it's anybody's race at any given day. But if Allison's on her A game, no.
Because she should be able this year to run a 2 and the 4, right? They made rules for
They
her.
made her. Yeah, they made some exceptions for her.
You know you good.
Yes.
You know you good.
Yes.
Because I'm glad to see if she can do the 2 and the 4. Because I want to see the double. You don't see the 2 and the 4 double that much. You see the 1 and the 2.
The 1 and the 2. Never see the 2.
But Michael Johnson did the 2 and the 4.
He sure did.
Coach.
And he did crazy.
4x1 men's. Can we get them guys?
We can get them. We just got to keep the baton off the track. I mean, one thing about the U.S. is we have a plethora of athletes. Mm-hmm. Every year we're turning them out. We're turning them out. We're turning them out. Our challenge is they forget what they've done in high school and college and can't pass the baton. And a couple reasons may be because all of them were anchor legs. You think about it, all of them were stopped.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. That's a good point. They were always the fastest on their team. So
they were always the fastest on the team and never had to run third leg, second leg, or pop-off leg.
And it's funny you say that because that little drill stick. It's like you don't really realize how to do, like, for the 4x1, it's everything. 4x1, 4x4. To pass that baton, it's everything.
The worst noise in the world is it's the worst noise in the world. And you looking like, where did it drop? And hoping you just see your boys do this with their head down. You're like, that's us.
Oh.
It's the worst noise in the world, man. So outside of that, can anybody challenge Jamaica in the women's 4x1? Can America even give them a challenge this year?
Absolutely. I mean, with the women, our women have been a lot more successful over the years than the men.
Yeah.
The men have been dropping the baton.
Yeah.
The women, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
And every year, once again, we have the next one up. It's always the next one up. There's always, the Francina McQuarries. There's somebody there who's ready to go. We even got Candace Hill. I mean, she's still young and she turned pro, but she's in that loop now. So there's that opportunity always.
Yeah, we're going to see. This going to run into the rundown because I got a lot more questions, man.
See, because the U.S. has always dominated the relays. It's just lately we've been dropping the baton. We had the dropsies.
When we come back, bro, we're running out of time with your segment. So when I come back, man, I want to ask you, who should we look out for this summer? Any new faces from America? You in the loop, man, so you should know, man.
Okay.
Who should we look out for? So stay with us, man. It's The Crush.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. I mean, okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Marie Callender's knows that you may not have time to roll out dough for a perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch. Or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie. But Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special. Sit down and savor. Marie Callender's. It's time to say.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
What? What about our plan to win the lottery and start living? You know, travel the world on matching yachts, wear enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacation on the French Riviera, and then buy it.
You know we're never going to win the lottery, right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
Yeah, what's going on? It's Mr. Butterlove himself, and you're locked into the Sensation Station. You know what it is. SSN like Social Security Network, but it's a Sensation Station Network. SSNATL.com. Log in, do something, keep it locked. Fly with the Crush Guy.
Oh, man. Yeah. Man, peace. Hey, we're back, man. Sorry.
Thinking of a master plan. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Rakim do that to you.
Yeah, he slow you down for a minute.
Rakim Allah.
Throw him out like that. Hey, we're back, man. We're still here with our man, Coach Ian Dube. Coach for forever. You know, when I can say he coached me, I start looking at you a little bit. So basically, I know I've been taking. What you got, man?
No, you good? Because I wanted to talk about first of all, I want to talk about Felicia Brown. We were talking about Felicia Brown. Like say, I know her sister.
Okay.
And she actually we had dinner at their house, and Felicia surprised the family. She came in, and I was just like, you know, cause you see on TV, and then you like, yeah, and she had all her. She had a national championship trophy with her, all the little trophies she picked. I'm like, you picking up some impressive hardware. Can she make Rio?
You know what? I've seen her start to make big strides in that 100 meters.
Mm-hmm.
I think she can make that team. I think if not top 3, she can at least make the relay pool.
Wow. That's wow.
And you know, an Olympic medal is an Olympic medal.
Yes, sir.
Gold is all the same color.
You walk in my house, yeah, it's in there. There it is right there. Who else should we look out for this summer, man?
Well, I'm a homer. Let me tell you who we're looking at. We're looking at Reese Hoffer in the shot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, I always give him an outside shot, a puncher's chance, because he's a vet. He's been there for a couple games. This may be his 3rd games. Vashti Cunningham, which is Randall Cunningham's daughter. Look
Genetics.
out for Mr. Coleman,
plays a part.
another sophomore at University of Tennessee, whose dad is Seth Coleman, who's the writer at the AJC.
Okay.
He's got one of the top times. I think he's 10:19 already. So look at him. Then, of course, I can't.
Claude, have mercy. He's rolling.
So I can't count out. Of course, we can't count out some of our veteran 100-meter guys.
Yeah.
And 200 meter, 400. 400 meters were always deep. It's just interchangeable pieces.
That's a grown man race right there.
That is a real grown man.
So you gonna answer? You want me to ask?
Go ahead.
Gatlin got a shot.
Gatlin. This was 2015 was Gatlin's year to have Usain Bolt in those crosshairs.
Yeah.
Superman had his kryptonite, but unfortunately he left the kryptonite back at home and didn't bring it to the race with him, because he was actually leading the race, and the last 10% of the race, the dude just faded. He was looking for him to catch up instead of looking to finish.
Coach.
So, Kryptonite.
So he got a shot.
He's got a shot. And I think he's got a strong shot, and he should have some motivation there.
In the 202?
In the deuce also. Because, Bolt is slowing down a little bit, literally. And, that guy or those guys should be hungry enough. Somebody should want to knock the king off.
Coach.
Somebody's got to knock the king off.
What happened to Tyson Gay, Coach?
The pressure to win forced him to probably do something that he shouldn't have. And obviously he paid the price. And one thing about our sport is you can't take time off.
No.
And think you're going to come back. I mean, because he's had the fastest time in the U.S. He's one of the fastest times ever.
Ever.
But the unfortunate piece is he made a decision that affected his career. So I don't know if he will be able to get back in the mix. But I think he should be serviceable. I think because he's a veteran, he should be able to make at least the relay pool, because I haven't really seen what he's done. He hasn't done a whole lot this year.
And that's why I was asking, because it's almost like, because I mean he was the guy.
Yeah.
He was.
Like, he was like I hope.
Yeah.
He's a gold standard. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the incident happened, and it's like his name is like nowhere on the circuit, nowhere.
Gatlin now.
Right,
Gatlin
and I think it's one of these things that he may have needed last year to get a little humble, right?
Okay.
To start looking at elbows, if you know what I mean.
Yes, sir. That means you trailing.
That means you trailing. And so he may be able to recalibrate, and he may have a great 2016. But these guys, because they're veterans, don't run a whole lot of races. They focus on the big races.
Well, you know what? See how time fly. Okay, Dube, this is what I promise you. We got to bring you back.
I look forward to it.
Because I'm so geeked about this. Because
it goes down.
Right around June, we're going to bring it back, and we got to redo this.
Because you actually got to preview the Olympics for us.
Yeah.
Before you get out of here.
Because I'm going to the trials.
Yeah. So before you get out of here, we got to bring you back.
July 1 through the 10th. So I'll be in Eugene.
So we got to do it in June.
I got to send Coach some money. Got to bring stuff back from Nike.
Hey, real quick. We go. Got any shout outs before you leave, man?
Man, shout out for USA Track and Field, Georgia. Shout out to my family.
You done held every office in there. So
Exactly. Shout out, Morris Brown, Atlanta, and you guys for having me on the show.
Coach, it's picture time, man.
Empty your lungs.
Did you know that Lions Clubs International has been collecting used eyeglasses for years? Lions members take the donated glasses, classify them by prescription, and redistribute them to needy people all over the world. Each year, over 1 million pairs of eyeglasses are given to those who may not be able to afford proper eye care. Take a look around your house. I'm sure you'll find at least one pair of glasses that no longer fits your prescription. Someone, somewhere, can use those glasses. Lions Clubs everywhere urge you to take the time to find your old glasses and then take them to the convenient drop-off sites in your community. This message brought to you by Lions Clubs International.
Great leaders aren't born. They're made, and not just anywhere. They're made in special places by special qualified trainers in places like the Academy of Creative Coaching. The Academy of Creative Coaching is an international certification program with courses in health and wellness coaching, spiritual coaching, relationship coaching, executive coaching, life coaching, and cultural competency coaching. Courses are online, hybrid, or face-to-face. The Academy of Creative Coaching is empowering coaches to empower the world. Make a positive change in yourself and the world. Go to academyofcreativecoaching.com.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
What? Why? Just wait for the inheritance. We've definitely got a rich uncle somewhere. We're one call away from the winner's circle at the Derby, dinners with multiple forks, a vacation home in the country, using summer as a verb.
You don't actually think that, do you?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
Mom, Dad,
Guess what? Now how you're always talking to me about not doing drugs like pot and ecstasy and cocaine, how they're dangerous and illegal. Well, you don't have to worry anymore. My friends and I have found a much better way to get high. And you'll be happy to know it's not even illegal. Nice, huh? Want to know what we're doing? All right, I'll tell you. We use cough medicine. Seriously, the stuff in the medicine cabinet. You didn't notice it was missing? Oh, well, I guess lucky for me then.
Last year, more than 2 million teens risked blackouts, seizures, even comas, intentionally abusing ordinary cough medicine, the kind in virtually every home in America. Never heard of it? Bet your kids have.
And it's got to be safe, because it's medicine, right?
When you talk to your kids about drugs, make sure you start with the ones in the medicine cabinet. Need help getting the conversation started? Go to drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Hey, this is Teddy Parrish, and you're listening to The Crush on ssnatl.com.
We're going to the Crush Rundown, brought to you by Parish Capital. At Parish Capital, we can help you achieve your financial goals by providing high-quality advisory services and making smart investment decisions. Go to Parish Capital, that's P-A-R-R-I-S-H, capitalwithana.com for more information. We're going to the Crush Rundown to get those stories that might not have made it to the main docket. So we're going to go through them. Maceo, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll go first, man. Duke freshman Brandon Ingram declared for the NBA draft, man. Should be a lottery pick. They're saying it's either going to be him or Ben Simmons to go number 1 overall, man. So, I mean, you know, I think Coach K might be feeling some kind of way about these one and dones, man. I think he's going to kind of go away from that, man.
Who you think? L.A., Phoenix.
They're gonna give L.A.
or Philly.
They're gonna give L.A. the number 1 pick.
You think they are?
Yeah.
To get
you got to get the market back strong.
So let's say Philly gets it.
Philly won't get it. They've had it the last.
I'm talking about number 2. They said,
okay, yeah.
So if Ben goes 1, he'll probably go number 2.
Yeah. If Philly goes 2, Philly gonna trade out the pick because they'll be drafting another guy that look like the other guys that they have.
6'10" swingman. Yeah,
so now, not a good look for them guys.
Man, for all y'all looking on Periscope, we got a big football player here, so we're gonna be. But talk about football. Shady McCoy.
Shady
will not be charged.
Will not be charged
for that fight that was done in was it February 7th?
That video footage was a little shady.
They said that they couldn't tell who started the fight.
They say they couldn't see if that was a kick.
They said it was insufficient.
Next time, Shady.
Credible evidence.
Next time, Shady, man, bring the party to your house,
man.
Yeah, man.
I wish we had an NFL guy we can talk to. Oh, we do.
We'll talk about Goodell. We'll get into it. Yeah, no doubt.
We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Yeah, man.
What you got, Mace?
Man, Michael Jordan. He will headline the list of famous Tar Heels that will be at the game tonight.
Oh.
Can you just imagine the sick toys or whatever Jordan will probably get these guys if they win the national championship tonight?
Jordan's so big that a Reebok guy wears Jordan.
Hey, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Greg Hardy said in an interview he didn't strike no woman. He said he's not innocent, but I didn't strike a woman.
He didn't hit her.
What, hit her the door?
No, he just threw on the bed of guns. He just pulled all the guns out, just threw on the bed to let her know he about their life. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know, man. So, okay.
We'll talk about that later, but Greg.
Come on, Greg.
Just let it go.
Come on, Greg.
Talk all the time. I know you're trying to get that job. Being a free agent make you do things. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, too. Being a free agent make you do things. So, but Greg, I don't know if I like that. What you got, man?
Hey, man, there are 6 games left in the brilliant career of one Kobe Bean.
Can we get some
Bryant.
violin music up here? Some might be some tears.
The Mamba. Hey, man, one of the best, I say this all the time, the closest we'll ever get to Money Mike, man. You know, man, it's been a time. I've enjoyed watching you, Mumble. No more killers out there like you, Mumble.
No more snitches. We just might be lying on that. We'll talk about that later.
They snitching every day.
Yeah, that's what they learn.
In L.A. Oh, keep going. Keep going.
Kobe, 6 games. You put up 30 last night, man. That was
34. Get it right. 34.
Go and get your 2,000 ice packs and just call it.
Like you ain't never used no ice pack.
I use a lot of them.
Okay, then.
I still use them.
You know what's going on.
Last step.
He hating. The hate is real.
Suspended Alden Smith resigns with the Raiders a 2-year deal.
Hey, man.
Talent wins.
Hey, man.
Talent makes you foresee or forget a few things. He signed a 2-year deal. Hasn't been said what he signed for. But he signed a 2-year deal with the Raiders. The Raiders are keeping him in camp. The Raiders are really building. If Alden can keep his nose clean.
Young, man. They young talent.
With
man.
Mack out there and him. And
young talent, man. You got to love it, man.
They got some danger out there. And they got on the receiver side, you got your boy.
Amari Cooper.
And you got Carr at quarterback.
Yeah.
The Raiders are doing some things
young core, man.
We got somebody. We have somebody who's gonna be playing in LA. We got somebody gonna be talking about it in a few
Oh
minutes.
yeah, we can talk about that. We can talk about that. Yeah.
What you got, Mason?
Man, Ole Miss starting quarterback Chad Kelly underwent surgery last week. He had a sports hernia, so he got it cleaned up, and he will miss spring practice. But I mean, we know he's a starting quarterback going into his senior season. So man, hey, ain't nothing like missing a little spring football, man. Ain't never hurt nobody.
Nah.
I ain't never hurt nobody.
Spring practice.
I missed the spring practice, man. It's okay. But life went on.
Yeah, you still came back that summer, right?
Yeah, life went on, man. Yeah. I missed the first week of camp too. Tweak hamstring. From fooling with Dube.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was ready to go though.
Can we get the violin music? We gotta get violin music, guy.
What you finna whine about?
Tiger Woods will not play in the Masters this week.
We already knew that.
Tiger's is still nursing a few hammies and backies and a whole lot of things.
Why you doing Tiger like that?
Tiger says, "Don't count me out, people. I'll be back."
I already told you when he coming back.
He'll be back.
He coming back, man.
When, Mason?
He'll be back for either the U.S. Open or the British. He almost there.
He almost there.
He almost there.
To finish in 78th place.
I got Bubba winning the Masters though.
You got Bubba?
I got Bubba winning the Masters.
That's not bad. I like Bubba.
Yeah, I got Bubba winning it.
What you got, Mason?
Man, Marshawn Lynch, man. This guy is truly enjoying retirement, man. So he's hanging out with former President Bill Clinton, man. He's going around the country planting trees.
Marshawn is doing everything.
Hey, man, you gotta love beast mode, man.
You might find Marshawn anywhere.
Dude, I'm looking forward to bumping into Marshawn off Peachtree one day. It's coming.
He gonna be in.
It's coming.
I'm looking forward to it. He gonna be in Atlanta soon doing something.
Man, you gotta love Marshawn, man. Hey, man, beast mode. When I tell you a guy who is truly enjoying retirement, man, shout out to that guy,
Anybody who
man.
throws shoes on the line, that's his retirement speech.
Hey, man,
you gotta love that guy.
I'm only here so I won't get fined.
Happy birthday out to one of my favorite players of all time, Jesse the Hammer Tuggle. Turned 51 today.
The Hammer.
Out of Valdosta State.
Undrafted.
14 seasons. He has 1,640 tackles.
Hey, man, you can't measure the heart, man. And then what we're gonna talk about today, man.
Yeah.
When my dude come to the mic, man, dog, you just, man, listen, man. It's no test for that, man.
Because Jesse we felt comfortable at middle linebacker, trust me.
For a long time.
We knew it was locked down at middle linebacker.
For a long time.
And, one thing that people don't know, Jesse has 5 fumble recovers for 5 touchdowns, over 144 yards, which is an NFL record.
He did a terrible dirty bird, though.
Yeah,
Terrible.
It was horrible.
Very stiff.
And his genes is so strong, he got 2 kids in the league.
Hey, man.
Justin and Greg.
Hey, man.
That's what you're talking about right there.
Hey, man.
Shout out to you, Tamara. Happy birthday, man. What you got, Mason?
Man, Mark Sanchez is making a very great impression on his teammates out in Denver. He flew everybody out to Cali, and he's holding passing count.
All right.
I like that Mark Sanchez, man.
He already think the job is his.
He should. There's not another quarterback in count.
At the Denver?
No.
Well, he better hope they'll make a trade.
Peyton gone. Osweiler went and got broke off.
They trying to make a trade for a guy.
He don't clearly. They think he's only worth 7.
Yeah, he wants more.
He wants. I mean, he's locked in to 11.
All right.
So we got an expert on that coming to the microphone real soon. So we'll ask him. Would he, if he had a choice between $7 million and $11 million, which route would he go? I'm willing to bet he gonna take the $11 million. Just willing. It's just a shot in the dog.
Today was a special day in Atlanta. The last opening day at Turner Field.
They your problem.
4-3.
80 more games.
And I looked around, and I was driving on 75 South, and I was like, I can't believe they bringing this beep to it up here.
Yeah.
They're going to make my traffic bad up here. There's some beep beep and some beep beep, because I don't want to deal with that traffic on them games, because it's going to be ugly up this way. But they lost. They lost today, 4-3.
Couldn't happen to a greater county. Couldn't happen to a greater county.
Haters gonna hate.
Hey, Fab. Y'all be sleeping on Fab, dog. Fab, nice, man. He ain't in my top 5, but Fab, nice, dog.
Top 15?
Yeah.
Look at 15.
I gotta look at my top 10. Fab, nice, man. Fab got balls for days, man.
Yeah, he's nice.
I could have wrote this song right here, though, man.
You know, he sound like he on that server most of the time. But anyway.
That's just his flow, man.
Hey, when we come back, man.
Yo, son.
Stay with us. We'll be right back to finish this up. Mr. Chris.
The dream of the future, brought to reality by
Sensation Station Network.
This is Bobby Yalla.
This is Judge Hatchett.
This is Lamar Batman Curve.
Yo, this is Teddy Parrish.
This is Keon Carpenter, former Atlanta Falcon. You are tuned into The Crush on
Sensation Station Network.
Continue the Crush Rundown brought to you by Parish Capital.
Teddy Pete.
So my next story. Oh, did I finish? Did I go?
It's your turn.
All right. This weekend in Dallas, 101,000 people watched WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why it was the biggest surprise is I was watching this because I got the crap. I love wrestling. Shaq came out last night.
Shaq came out. He sure did.
Shaq came out in the Royal Rumble and went out about 5 minutes later. But he came out.
He did. Wait a minute. Hold on, man. We got a caller.
Oh.
Hey, caller. What are you crushing on?
Hey, what up to the Crush? I don't get to call sports talk radio shows a lot, but when I do, I love calling the Crush. So you just get that out the way.
We appreciate
I got three quick points I want to throw out there before I have to go to bed. You know, I go to bed kind of early.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know why, but yeah, we're going to
I know, just for some reason. All right, number one, shout out to my Atlanta Braves. Unfortunately, we're not going to go undefeated this year. So let's go and get that out the way.
Go ahead and get it out.
I heard Glaze talking about the Braves coming to Cobb County, whoop, and the traffic. For real, Glaze, you don't see all that construction going on in Cobb County right now to improve our county, to make it an easy drive.
He is a taxpayer out there.
I see all that money going. My
to and from the game? Come on now. It's going to be very convenient
It's going to be 12 lanes. It's going to be 12 lanes.
Exactly. Did you notice the new expressway they building? How many of you been in a generation where they just built the whole new expressway? So shout out to Cobb County and our Cobb County Braves. And last of all, before I let y'all get back to this awesome show, I got to say, I'm trying to put a little something on the game tonight for my man Maceo over there. How about we just get a gallon of gas at that Texaco behind you? As a matter of fact, a gallon of gas from that Texaco right there. And you know what? I'm going to hang up and listen.
Well, that's a lot of gas money, boy.
That's a tough bet. Yeah.
Boy, you got to think about that.
Hey, but a gallon of gas over there. Look, hey man, they changing the price over there right now, man. They like $4 more than everybody.
You know how hard it is when you ain't got no gas and you look and that's the only gas station you got.
Let me tell you something. I refuse to come up here and need some gas. Now I will battle to try to get back just on near 20. Because you figure if you run out, if you inside 285, we inside the perimeter right there, the Hero truck can get you about, I don't know how many gallons the Hero truck can get you, but they can get you to the next exit.
You have to think about it, man.
Bruh.
That's a bet. I wouldn't take too much.
Gas and Buckhead, gangster.
Ooh, that's a bet. I wouldn't know I'd take that one, boy. Oh, that's tough.
Hey, man, that's crazy.
And that's the gallon. Y'all think we playing.
Dog, gas like $3.35 up here in Buckhead, man.
You be sitting there like, what happened?
Like, am I in California?
I had to look twice.
Jeez, like, is that diesel they charging for that?
I don't want the premium. I just want the regular, the 89.
Do I have to plug my car in over there or something? My God.
Well, that's a tough bet.
That's like Georgia Power bill over there, boy. Jeez.
And don't have the snackies to go over there, boy.
Oh, man. Dog, they charging $2 for a Snicker. Boy, you talking about, boy, who?
They the only place I realize I want to drink water out of speaking.
Shout out to Buckhead, dude.
I wouldn't even want no water.
A 20 ounce of the Sunny, $2.25 over there. So you gotta make a decision. Am I gonna get gas? Or am I gonna be thirsty?
It's a tough one, man.
It's tough. Quit. I don't even know what Coca-Cola costs over there. I just wouldn't even go near that aisle over there.
Hey, boy, can't make us think of the decision. That's a tough bet, man. I wouldn't bet nobody that.
Man, boy, I had to think about that though. But I do like Villanova. I just think it's Villanova time, dog. I just think it's their time.
You know, I went into that.
Yeah.
I thought that Villanova played real well. But I don't know, man. Carolina's deep.
They
deep.
Tall. They deep.
Roy might not mess this one up.
It's hard. It's gonna be hard for Roy to mess this up.
It might be hard for Roy.
It's gonna be hard for Roy to mess this up. But if anybody can mess it up,
it would be Roy Williams.
It would be Roy Williams.
He's the one that can do it.
It would be Roy Williams.
If anybody can screw this up, it'll be Roy Williams.
Yep.
Shout out to Roy and all the Carolina fans out there.
But you see Roy dabbing in the player introductions.
Oh yeah, Roy having a good time.
Roy got to cut that out, man. I thought dab. I thought after Cam lost Super Bowl, I thought it was like a no dab rule now.
The dab should have stopped when the owner of the Panthers started dabbing.
Yeah, but once Carolina lost, it was just like, okay, man, don't nobody else dab. Roy Williams still out here dabbing. I was like, did he just dab?
Make sure people still doing the snake. So
but it's understandable people do the snake because it's iconic.
People gonna dab because now you can't even sneeze these days.
I still try to windmill.
If you sneeze, look at your dab. No, I got snot coming out. I'm trying to stop it from coming out.
That's tough, man. It ain't even long sleeve shirt season, so you shouldn't be dabbing. You gonna wipe snot on your? Ooh, y'all nasty out here.
See that on your hand, man. Anyway, stay with us, man. We're going to really when we come back. The Crush.
You.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician. This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really? He had no idea just how many.
I can't believe it. This one looks good.
Peter is thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner?
See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
Can I have a price check on aisle... ma'am?
Yeah.
Don't look down, but there's a giant python wrapped around your leg.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's probably nothing.
Nothing? Shouldn't I don't know, like, call someone?
No, I don't have the time. I'm late as it is. If it keeps up, I'll have it looked at.
Are you sure? That's a pretty big snake.
No, I'm fine. Thank you, though. You're very sweet.
You wouldn't ignore this, so why ignore the signs of a stroke? If you or someone you know suddenly experiences numbness of the face, arm, or leg, or sudden trouble speaking, seeing, or walking, don't wait to get help. Call 911 right away, because time lost is brain lost. To find out more, visit www.strokeassociation.org or call 1-888-4STROKE. This message brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
What? What about our plan to win the lottery and start living? You know, travel the world on matching yachts, wear enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacation on the French Riviera, and then buy it.
You know we're never going to win the lottery, right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
This is Amar Batman Carroll. You listen to The Crush, the only sports radio show that they're going to keep it real in the A on Sensation Station Network.
Really, Glaze? Really, Glaze? Really, Crush fans? This is the section of the show where we question the intelligence of our sports brethren. Hey, before we go to Really, man, I want to give a shout out to Teddy Parrish. Crush Rundown brought to you by Parrish Capital. Look them up, man, parrishcapital.com. They can help you through your financial needs.
Smart financial investments.
Going into Really, man, and you want to start, it makes you want me to, man.
I'm going to let you start, man.
Buddy Hill.
Don't do it. He a kid.
He 22. He about to go make some money. So I'm going to get you that.
Go ahead.
9 points, in the Final Four after a week of practice?
27 points for the tournament. You give me 9 points.
9. Oklahoma in general, 51 points.
They just didn't show up.
You gave up 95 points on 95. That was the biggest blowout in Final Four history.
Bruh, they shot 71% from the field. That's insane.
That means you ain't doing on neither end.
That's insane. A team shoots 71% from the field.
How?
That's unheard of.
I kind of didn't see most of the game.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
But by the time I got home, I didn't want to see no more.
Villanova couldn't. They couldn't miss out. They were literally throwing rocks in the ocean. Some of the shots they were hitting, I was like, it's just they not. And the rim is so it's so kind on that one end of the floor where they were shooting. Cause Syracuse went cold on that end down there. That Oklahoma went cold. So it was like a lid on the rim down there. But yeah, I got it.
So anyway, really?
Yeah.
You got a call? We got a call, man.
Hey, my bad. Caller, what you crushing on, caller?
I'm just crushing on the show.
What up, Mike?
Oh, not too much. I just wanted to call in and say, yeah, Jesse Tuggle was a man back in the day.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Jesse Tuggle was a bad boy, man. Jesse Tuggle was a bad boy, man.
And, you know, I was
I hated when the Falcons let him go.
I was 5'9" playing linebacker, so he was my guy. I was like short, 5'9" and a half. That was Tuggle was the guy.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Still better than what we got now.
Boy, what you talking about? You said a mouthful, Mike.
Wow. We appreciate the love, Mike.
Yeah, offer that, Mike. Thank you, man.
All right, then.
All right,
Yo.
What number did Mike call?
Man, Mike called 678-613-5857.
What you got, Mace?
Man, Manny Pacquiao. Really, Manny, you out here in these streets, man, and folk walking up trying you, dog. Like, it done got that bad for you out here, Manny Pacquiao.
They saw the glass.
Like, you at a restaurant, and it's folk out here who think they can take you in a fist fight.
They saw the glass jaw.
I thought boxers, like, hands were registered like lethal weapons.
Now, people don't kill no more, man.
Really, Manny Pacquiao?
They don't kill no more.
Jeez.
You got to knock them out.
Run up on Manny you want to, man. She real talk.
Speaking of boxers, Adrian Brown.
Oh.
Okay, you want to fight this weekend. First of all, you missed your weight, so you had to get your title up.
Yeah.
You get up there, you talk trash, you beat a guy, and then you say, Floyd, it's my turn. Oh, yeah, and then you finish your weekend by going to jail.
But Floyd laughed at you, though. Real quick. Who hold Adrian Bronner chains so they can put him back on as soon as the fight over? Like, really?
He going to be broken in about 4 years. But anyway, Adrian.
Cause he ain't got Floyd money.
He ain't got money like that.
That's why he trying to bait Floyd.
He trying to bait Floyd, and he'll take it $2 million because Floyd going to get the 40.
Floyd ain't going to let y'all do that, man.
He ain't going to let him do it.
He ain't going to let y'all do it.
Adrian Bronner. Really? What you got, Mason?
Marcus Vick. Oh, my God.
I mean,
really, Marcus.
I don't get this kid.
Marcus, come on, man. Dog, your brother got plenty of loot. Marcus, you shouldn't be leading the police on a foot chase. Really, Marcus?
I guarantee when they arrested him, he said, you know who I am?
But this the thing. Marcus, you too old to be getting this kind of trouble now. You've been doing this since your Virginia Tech days, man. Really, Marcus? I feel some kind of way about this, man. Yeah. This is terrible. Yeah. And the police caught you. That's what made it bad. They actually ran you down, man. So, yeah. Marcus, you probably ain't in no shape, man. Really, Marcus.
I haven't seen. Yeah, Marcus, you still talking?
It's tough.
Really.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. So, I think we might have gave it to him this week. I'm going to give it to him. Oh, no, we didn't give him. We didn't have a chance. But D'Angelo Russell, young fella. I know you're 19.
He young, man. He young, man. He young, man. He young.
But first of all, there's a code of ethics in the locker room. See, Mason, I've been telling we talk about the locker room.
Hey, man, the locker room is a sacred spot, man.
We got a guy we're going to talk about locker room when we come in.
Hey, man, it's sacred in the locker room,
it's
man.
It's the one thing that you got, especially when you're at that level, you got the media, you got all your people, but when you're in the locker room.
All we got is the locker room. They close the doors. That's all we got, man.
It's us.
It's all we got, man. These your guys.
Don't Snapchat. Don't bring the camera. Don't do anything else. I know you apologized, said I made a huge mistake. You being blackballed, all that stuff. You got Swagger P talking trash. We thought Swagger P about to get cut.
Well, Swagger P, lucky he's still in the NBA. So let's just put that out there.
But that ain't the thing. You got your boy looking at you like now.
Yeah, man. Like,
no.
It's gonna be a no phone rule for that kid, though. Yeah. Man. Every time he goes somewhere, they're gonna take his phone.
They're gonna
take his phone, his iPad, everything.
Young fella, you learned the hardest lesson ever, man.
Dude,
you learned the hardest lesson ever.
You never want to be labeled as a snitch.
Yeah.
But the only way to get out of being a snitch, win. Winning cures everything.
He gonna have to. I mean, he gonna have to win a lot.
Winning cures that. But again, he was the number 2 overall pick. He ain't worried about going nowhere.
Oh, he's safe.
Yeah.
But he better start winning though.
Yeah, man.
Because if he don't,
cause he snitched on the right person though. You gonna snitch on somebody? Snitch on somebody who on their way out the league.
The only one that like your snitching.
Don't you say it. Don't you say it.
Was Kobe. He had to teach. You say you want to be like him. He gonna teach you the whole ram, starting from there. Snitch start, then you can become great.
Such a hater.
I'm sorry, man. I just said. Nah, Iggy Azalea thought it was.
Every chance you get, you throw a jab at Kobe, man. That's how you gonna miss Kobe when he gone.
I know.
Really glazed. I'm gonna give you a really glazed.
Yeah. Really Kobe.
Meanwhile, your boy scared to take a shot at the end of the game.
Yeah,
LeBron.
He ain't snitching on nobody.
How we know?
Have you heard?
Yeah.
Whatever. Now he making up stuff. Anyway, we'll be right back when we come back.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician.
This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really?
He had no idea just how many.
I can't believe it. This one looks good.
Peter is thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner?
See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
What? What about our plan to win the lottery and start living? You know, travel the world on matching yachts, wear enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacation on the French Riviera, and then buy it.
You know we're never going to win the lottery, right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
Mom, Dad, guess what? Now you're always talking to me about not doing drugs like pot and ecstasy and cocaine, how they're dangerous and illegal. Well, you don't have to worry anymore. My friends and I have found a much better way to get high. And you'll be happy to know it's not even illegal. Nice, huh? Want to know what we're doing? All right, I'll tell you. We use cough medicine. Seriously, the stuff in the medicine cabinet. You didn't notice it was missing? Oh, well, I guess lucky for me then.
Last year, more than 2 million teens risked blackouts, seizures, even comas, intentionally abusing ordinary cough medicine, the kind in virtually every home in America. Never heard of it? Bet your kids have.
And it's got to be safe, because it's medicine, right?
When you talk to your kids about drugs, make sure you start with the ones in the medicine cabinet. Need help getting the conversation started? Go to drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
This is Cecilia Tolbert, mother of fullback Mike Tolbert, and you're listening to the Crush Radio on Sensation Station Network.
Well, you got that voice and Michael Jackson, Butterflies all together.
Miss Tolbert sounded like she was getting ready to sing Butterflies. I was like, what?
I was waiting for it, like, yeah. Make sure, please introduce our guest.
Man, let me tell y'all something, man. I try to tell y'all all the time, man, you can't worry about what people say. If it's in your heart, man, it's in your spirit, man, you can get whatever you want accomplished, done, man. This young fella right here, man, they counted him out. Was a tackling machine at Syracuse, man. They still counted him out, man. He went undrafted, but he said, you know what, I don't care. He made the team, appeared in all 16 games. He's part of the now L.A. Rams. Cameron Lynch in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's happening, man? What's happening?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the show, my man. Welcome to the show.
All right.
So, man, let's just talk about that for a minute, because people don't understand. You was undrafted in 2014.
Yeah.
Played for Syracuse for 4 years. So
Wait a minute, hold on, real quick, Glad. Just listen to these stats right here.
Hit them up.
166 tackles, 24 for loss, 11 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and then let's throw in a couple of interceptions.
Yeah.
Let's throw that in. And the experts were like, we don't know.
That was what would you say? Because you made the LA Ram team last year. What drove you at that point? What got you to that point to make you get on that team?
I would say, we would be in our defensive room, right? And in every list, I was last on every list.
Wow.
So, it would have like the regular group, defensive group, and I was last, you know what I'm saying? You have different packages, and I can't really go into that, due to discretion. But I was last on every list. I was like, man, I'm about to get up there, dog. This ain't cool, So that really drove me during the season. Just looking at that and being at the bottom of the totem pole, which is understood because you're undrafted. You're expected to prove yourself. So that really drove me during the season.
This is what I don't understand. Like I say, it's not like you played at like some small college. You played 4 years at Syracuse.
Yeah.
Like you played big time football. Did that chip on your shoulder when these people are telling you, he's not draftable? Did that drive you a little bit more?
Yeah. My agent, he would tell me, either you're going 5th to 7th or undrafted. So, you kind of, plan for the worst, hope for the best. So, draft day, you get your Excel sheet out, you see what teams have what, you know what I mean, and see who called you and mark down, highlight and all that. So, but, you can't really listen to what people say, that'll get in the way of things, it'll cloud your vision. So, more so than anything, you just got to keep grinding, man, and take care of what you can take care of for real.
So describe the process, because from getting the call, because when you go through the free agent process, you're still kind of, everybody's drafted, then you're just at the next day or the day they start calling you.
Yeah.
How many teams were interested in you? Who were calling you, and what made you choose the Rams?
Okay, so the crazy part was, after the draft, right, it's really stressful, man. I had to lay down after the draft. It got real. So, after the draft, you have your agent, he's talking to some guys, blah, 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 whatever. But at the end of the day, it was between the Rams and the Bills. So I was basically texting the guy from the Bills. So I talked to him, text him after the draft, blah, blah, blah. But my agent was on the phone with the guy from the Rams. He had good connections with him. So long story short is the service went out. So I was only getting my Snapchat. So I was like, what is going on? This is the biggest moment of my life right here, close to it. What's going on? So, I feel like it was a message almost, like, what you got going on here through this phone isn't what's happening. But when I turn my phone back on, agent was like, yo, where you at? I got something on for you with the Rams. So, I'm like, you know what? Like, let's do it. You know what I mean? So let's do it. And, he said they won't offer you much, but it's something and it's an opportunity. I'm extremely grateful for that. So
Wow.
Yeah.
So, okay, you got the call. Your first OTA.
Yeah.
You get to St. Louis, because you're St. Louis at the time.
Yeah.
Just walking into an NFL locker room for the first time. How was that?
It was crazy. So basically in the locker room, right, we got a dude named Silk. His name's Silk. He got a go-to. Shout out to my boy Silk.
Silk.
They call him Silky, man. And he got the ball, held the goatee, the go-to. So he held it down, man. But he was one of those guys. As soon as we walked in, he was equipment manager, and he got the job by washing cars. He was washing cars out in the front.
Wow.
And so he works hard. We trust this guy. Let's give him a job. So they gave him a job, and I still keep in touch with Silk to this day. But he was the type of guy that encouraged you throughout the whole day. Like, look, man, keep your head up, young fella. You're gonna be all right. So we first walked into the locker room, and he was like, look. This corner right here, this the chopping block right here. You know what I'm saying? So the way you do it is make it on the other side of this corner. You know what I'm saying? So when you make it on the side of the corner, you somewhat good. You kind of good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So get out this corner, and that was the big thing for me. So I never sat down in my locker too often. I shared a locker with an old teammate. And I told myself I wouldn't sit down in this locker because I don't want to be stuck out here in this corner. You know what I'm saying? So stand up all the time, do what I got to do, let him sit down. So I'm trying to make it around the block. So that was my whole mindset.
Wow.
Yeah.
So describe the never mind, we'll wait. But I want, when you come back, man, I want to focus on that, because a lot of people that listen to our show, we love these stories, man, because everybody, you go from a D1 starting, to you don't get that call, like you say, stressful. You 7. I've had people say, man, you go back in that room, you like, I ain't getting no call.
And man, every path. The beauty of this, I'll try to tell everybody, every path is different.
Yeah.
Every path.
And we're gonna talk about yours when we come back. So stay with us. It's the Crush.
Yep.
Thanks for asking, but I'd rather not send you nude pictures. I'm camera shy. I already said no. Under my clothes, I'm a robot. My webcam is broken. I'm worried they'll get passed around school. I have a rash. I have nudophobia. I have lizard skin. I'm a vampire, so I don't show up in pictures anyways. Your badgering has really killed the mood.
When someone is pressuring you to do something you don't want to, how many ways can you say no before they get the message? Let us know at that'snotcool.com. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
What? Why? Just wait for the inheritance. We've definitely got a rich uncle somewhere. We're one call away from the winner's circle at the Derby, dinners with multiple forks, a vacation home in the country, using summer as a verb.
You don't actually think that, do you?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can. You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life.
Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
This is Judge Hatchet, and you're listening to The Crush on SSNATL.com.
Still in our crushing interview with our man Cameron Lynch, where we reminisce for a minute. So, Cameron, when you're in that locker room and it's 95 of y'all at the beginning, you in the corner, you didn't want to sit down. What's the feeling like when it goes from 95 to 75? Some 75, and you still there?
Yeah.
From 75 to 53. What's the feeling?
Man, it's crazy. It's a crazy time, man. Even though we have no school, and less responsibility, it's probably one of the most stressful environments to be in. You know what I mean? It was the most stress I've been under, over finals and, anything in college, man, and nothing touches it. That's what makes it so special, too, at the same time, and rewarding. But, the fact that, you go through this whole process with this amount of stress and, with these many guys from different places, different walks of life, that know your homeboys and stuff like that, and the fact that they're gone like that, you know what I mean? You roommate with these guys and you're going through these big trials and tribulations with these certain gentlemen, and the fact that they're gone just like that. So it teaches you to value the people that you're with at that moment, because life is short at the same time. I had one guy, he's with the Seahawks right now or something, and his family and his parents, like something happened to his mom and she was in the hospital during the last game of the preseason, you know what I'm saying? So he's trying to make this football team, and he battling something with his family, and it was just so crazy because, it's just, you're trying to focus on one thing, but you got so many other things coming too. So it's a real balance trying to do this whole thing, man, and I'm extremely grateful for it.
Now, the process, I was a former coach, both of us coached, and the thing I used to always try to get the kids to understand, your attention to detail. Like, start doing this now, because every level you go up is going to get, like, more and more intense. Just talk about just, like, the studying that you have to do with an NFL playbook.
So, my defensive coordinator, Greg Williams, he's a brainchild, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if pay attention to his defenses, but, they're very intricate. So when it came to us and me as a linebacker, every day, after we come from workouts or whatever or practice, hit the room and hit the playbook. You know what I'm saying? Go through the iPad and all that, because everything is monitored too. You're always being watched, no matter where you go. So I always make sure I was in that playbook, flipping them pages, writing, just copying everything. I see something and I copy it down in little bubbles and draw stuff out to where secondhand nature. But yeah, man, it was just an intricate process, and it wasn't bad because in college, you get through college and you learn these study habits, and it's kind of like the same thing, right? You just get in this rhythm and you just get it going. So it was pretty good though.
So how did you find out that you was on the squad?
So after the last preseason game, it was like that weekend or something. And the coach called, Coach Fisher, and he's like, man, you can sit down, take a deep breath, because you made the team. I was ecstatic. I was like, oh man, thanks, coach, blah blah blah. So I made the team. He's like, yeah, it's like the 53. He's like, no, you made like the 47, or you're gonna be running down covering kicks and stuff like that. So get in there with Coach Bones, special teams coach. And get to it. I was like, dang, like that's a real,
that's a whole different. Everybody talk 53, 47.
Yeah, 47 that you dressing.
Yeah. You dressing. I forget the number, but you're not 40. You dressing. Every day, and you out there on that field, man. And it's like I said, extreme blessing to get that call, man. So
now, how extreme is it to see a guy like Todd Gurley, who's the first round pick? And like I said, you're a guy who undrafted, but now we're all like, we're in the same, like we're on the same team.
Yeah.
But just that parallel.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy, man. It's crazy because you sit down in the training room, and you getting rehab, you getting worked on, you getting taped or something like that, and you look up at the screen, and then he on the screen.
Ooh.
I'm like, wait a minute. That's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
James Laurinaitis, you see guys like that, the vets. I'm in the room with James all the time.
Yeah.
And he's with the Saints now, but you see guys like that you look up to, and guys that that's going through the grind with you, and you see them on TV. So hold up, bro, like that's you in the tutu, telling the Jolly Rancher tutu commercial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like wow, like it's really crazy, man, and it's a blessing at the same time too. So.
Wow.
So how is Coach Fisher? How's Jeff Fisher?
Oh man, dude, that's a cool dude, man. Him and Coach Mack, as assistant coach, man, there are some cool people, man. Really cool dudes.
So Coach Fisher, because you've seen him, one of the longest coaches in the league now. Going from Tennessee, now he's with St. Louis. LA. I gotta get used to that.
Yeah.
So being there with him and playing for him, was it intimidating first to play for a coach like that?
Nah, man, he made it super easy. I think the whole process in general, making the team was more, stressful. But playing for him, man, he'll come out in some jeans and a shirt. Like, look, guys, we about to get this done, get to practice, whatever. After that, we gonna hang out and chill. You know what I mean? So, it's a supremely cool coach, man. And his staff, it does a great job too. Frank Bush, my linebacker coach, and like Bones, our special teams coach, man, they just make stuff simple. We're professionals now, so it's not like you gotta hold somebody's hand. They're like, look, bro, go make plays, go get wet out there. What I'm saying? That's how you make the team. Just make some plays, and that's it. The bottom line. So.
Dang, man. Because I just don't think people understand. Like I said, because you were talking about that time of camp is study. People always, when they think of professional athletes, they just always think, oh man, they party, they good to do this, and what they don't understand. Listen, that's a recipe for getting out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You worry about that in the offseason. We can't do that during the season.
Nah. And so, some guys do different things, right? Like you see about guys going out and they can go out and put 200 yards up, or and ball out, and that's probably their recipe. You know what I mean? That's what they do to become sane. But like I said, we're professionals now, so it's not like, oh, don't go out and do this. Some guys operate differently, but for me, I'm gonna be in the house, I'm gonna be in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling. Doing and just taking my time just to relax and just focus on what I got to get done. So guys operate different. You can't really knock them for it because they're out there balling. If they want to help you win, that's all that matters. So
what are the things, before we go to break, what are some of the things that you feel like you've been working on for this year? What are some of the things you've been focusing on?
I've been focusing on, flexibility and, getting faster. That's always a thing. You always get faster. You can always become smarter. So
we just talked about that earlier.
They love that fast word in the NFL.
Yep. The speed. You know what I'm saying? So that's always the best formula for success.
Wow, man. Hey, man, I think we about to take a quick break. When we come back, we got a lot more questions. A lot more. We got a lot of questions left.
Because I got to ask you about them color rush uniforms.
Yeah.
I got to ask about those.
Yeah. Because I also got to ask you, man, you might be on TV this summer. Yeah. We got to talk about that when we come back. Stay with us. It's The Crush.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Did you know volunteering can be fun? Community service is for everyone. Young people, families, men, women. As a volunteer, you'll help your community and gain valuable skills. Network with others. Energize your life. Make an impact and have fun. Get in step with your community. Volunteer. Visit www.lionsclubs.org.
What is this? You know you're listening to the dopest show on the airwaves, right?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
So we're still doing the Crushing interview with our man, Cameron Lynch. So Cameron, playing for Syracuse, played for two coaches, Doug Marrone, and what's his name? Scott
Schaefer. Yep.
Scott Schaefer. What's the difference between the two?
I would say, Scott Schaefer is your, he's more, in the locker room. One time he was, riding his bike, riding one of the players' bikes in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Little cool stuff. And Coach Marrone, you see him in the hallway. It's like the president almost. You say what's up to him, holler at him, have a quick conversation, and, keep it pushing. But, Doug Marrone, great coach, man. And, both had great enthusiasm. Spent 2 years with them both. And, thanks to them, I'm here where I am now. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, big ups to them, and I'm thankful for them. Yeah.
Campus life at Syracuse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Beautiful campus, big campus, cold.
Yeah.
How did you, for a California kid, how was that?
Man, it was crazy because, I'm in flip-flops right now.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
My mind right, for April 16th. But it was crazy, man, because, sometimes we'll be there in the winters, Christmas time, we couldn't come home. Everybody, the campus is bland, it's blank, nobody there. But we up there on campus and it's snowing, you know what I mean? We hungry, you know what I'm saying? So, it was an eye-opener, and it was like, dang, like, this is real right here. This is really real. So, anything I go through now, man, is nothing because I've been through the worst snow that you can probably fathom. So,
it's cold just talking about.
You ain't got to worry about that in L.A. now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thankfully. So,
speaking of which, man, what's the vibe? And I know you said you haven't had a chance. I mean, you're from that area, but you're going to L.A. this year. You're gonna be on Hard Knocks. So for the first time, I get to say I know Dude.
Man, that's how I got right now.
I know Dude on Hard Knocks.
Like now we can send him a text like, man, get in front of the camera. Get in front of the camera.
Just shout out to Crush real quick. Shout out to the Crush real quick.
Matter of fact, we need to send him back with a T-shirt.
What's the vibe around the team now, man? That all this is going on. It's a lot. This is not easy.
Y'all had an eventful off season.
Yeah, it's a lot going on, and the fact that everybody's excited. You know what I mean? We had to get through the whole movement phase first. We got to get our stuff shipped. So, that was, you bouncing around, but, everybody's cool. Everybody's sending Snapchats at the beach, everybody going around and and hanging out. So
Redondo Beach.
Right. So, everybody, it's good vibes, man. And it's crazy, too, everybody getting married now, too. Everybody want to go get married and go to So, I'm like, man, not me. You can't go get me.
Can I get some few minutes now?
Yeah, let me just chill. But, nah, it's good vibes, like the, wives and and the players, we're all excited about it, man. And the opportunities out there are enormous, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
So got to pack up the crib. So have you started looking for a house out in L.A. or a spot, or because the cost of living is drastically different?
Yeah. I haven't looked for a spot yet because I want to make the team first again. With the whole
love the mentality.
Yeah, man.
Love the mentality.
You can never get too comfortable somewhere. You know what I mean? And I feel like if I did that, that would be wouldn't be humble of me, or it would be too. I don't know what it is, but. I'll be motivated if I went out there, got a crib, and then something happened. I wouldn't be there no more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
So
I love it.
Stay in the hotel, just chill out. Just like last year, had the same type of grind, man, and just get it done.
Let me ask you this question: we all see the news, and you see Lauren Niners he's gone, and things like that. And you're a linebacker. You're part of that group. What's been your focus to now? You going from the special team to being part of getting in that huddle.
Well, you never know, what the coaches have in mind, but, I'm going to go in there with the same mentality, to play. And if it's special teams, I'm going to do that too, because I love it, man. I see myself now when people ask me what I do. I tell them linebacker and special teamer too. I'm learning how to long snap now. Because, you never know. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, boy, that's
17 years.
That's 20 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Long snapper don't leave for a while.
That's what I'm saying. So if he go down, I can just slide over a few spots and long snap. So, man, I love it, man.
Hey, man, you see how that Syracuse education paying off, man, all the way around, man?
Long snappers always lead with gray hair.
Hey, man, y'all better stay in school, man. Listen to what Cameron telling y'all, man.
We come back, man. We got more with Cameron, man. Stay with us. It's The Crush.
Marie Callender's knows that you may not have time to roll out dough for a perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch, or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie, but Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special, sit down, and savor. Marie Callender's, it's time to savor.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it. And it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
You do your thing, all right? Don't be nervous, okay? It's easy.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
I say that to say this. If you wouldn't have did what you would have did, then we wouldn't have been where we was at to get what we got.
That just don't make no sense, dog.
It's The Crush on SSN-ATL.
I've been hearing that for about 3 months now, and it still don't make sense, man. Hey, we back, man. With our man Cameron Lynch. So, Cameron, were there days when you was going through this, man, where you just were like, I can't do it, man. It's just like the obstacles are a little too much for me right now.
No, I wouldn't say that, but it'll be some days where your body just hurt. Your legs just hurt. Your hamstrings hurt, your toes, everything hurt on your body. So, like you got hit by a truck. You know what I'm saying? After the game on Sunday, like, man, I just want to go to sleep. You know what I mean? So, but it's worth it, man. The opportunities to do things, especially after the season ends. with Erica Mitchell. She opened some windows for me as well too, and I'm extremely grateful for that. But just by having NFL by your name, it's just things you can do to get back to the community. Hop on the Crush,
magical letters, man.
Radio show and stuff like that. So it's a lot of things that comes with it too, with that logo, man. And like I said, I'm grateful for that.
What they call it, the shield.
The shield.
The shield.
So you ain't been called to the principal office for nothing, have you?
No. No.
Mr. Goodell himself, you haven't
Stay out that mix.
No, I ain't, not even the head coach. I'm trying to, my
lay low.
Coach is like, lay low, dude. Just do your job. You know what I mean? No red flag. Do your job. Call it a day. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get called. He was like, I'm not trying to get called in his office for no reason. You know what I mean?
At all.
Just good stuff. That's it.
That's it. Now, tell me about when you found out you got wearing these color rush uniforms and they laid that all yellow out.
Man, so we are at first, I was like, dang, them things ugly. Like, our manager came out with them and it was looking all sloppy. I was like, man, we about to wear these, But, we walked in the locker room, we put them on. I was like, ooh.
Because they actually were dope.
They was dope.
When y'all came out. And
who did they play?
They played Tampa Bay, because Tampa Bay was all red.
Oh, it was mustard and ketchup.
Yeah. Tavon Austin.
Yeah.
And them long yellow socks. I was like, Tavon was really, because he balling with this uniform on.
Yeah.
How quick is that kid?
Man, that dude, from his 0 to 100 is crazy. I played him in college, you know what I mean? So, I'll never forget this play, dude. Like, it was on kickoff, I think, or punt. One of them, I was running one way, he's running the other way. And so I'm running this way, he running the other way, and we killed him in this game, by the way. But, I'm running this way, and like I try to tackle him, but it don't happen. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great way of putting it. It don't happen.
It didn't happen.
You had him in your sight.
I had him in my sight, and it didn't happen. I was like, wow, this dude, like, he's strong. You know what I'm saying? He like 5'7".
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His body, he not really aki or nothing like that. His legs ain't that big. It's like, how is he so fast? But he just got heart. Like, this dude just got heart. You know what I'm saying? I see him break tackles from big old D lineman. He just bopping everybody, and it's like a little bubble. He just shaking everybody and just get on out of it, man. It's crazy.
When did you know when you was out there that you were like, okay, I'm in the league. This is a different speed?
I realized when I was in the league so we playing the Steelers, right? Playing the Steelers on kickoff.
Makes you like this story, don't you?
Yeah, I hate the Steelers. I hope you crush somebody.
So I realized I was in the league when we was on they was on kickoff. We on kickoff return, and Jarvis Jones, the DN, we went to Georgia.
Went to Georgia, yeah.
He's on kickoff, dude. He like the number 5, right in the middle. So coach like, look, bruh, you gotta block him. You know what I'm saying? Or block him or some other dude. So I got a bigger guy behind me. He's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Corey Harkey, play fullback. He bigger. He about 6'4", about 250. So I'm like, I'm gonna take him. I got it, dog. You know what I mean? So next thing you know, this dude running down full speed. He not worrying about the kick return or nothing. Straight blast my whole left side of my body, and it was numb for like a week straight. And that's when I realized, I'm like, all right, this stuff is real. It ain't a game. So. Yeah,
so that thing about speed of the game is real.
Yeah, it's real. But at the same time, too, we played at a high level, man, at Syracuse too. So the transition was easy. We played Florida State, and that was probably the best team I done seen on the field. Period. My whole life. That old lineman, defensive special teams. It was just an amazing team. LaMarcus Joyner, he's with the Rams now too. Yeah. He was on that team, man, and that was just the best all-around team I've ever played against. So. It matched that, and we've seen it in the ACC too. So
wow,
yeah.
Dang, man. So we gonna keep you around for a few more minutes.
All right, yeah.
Because we about to take, I think, right? Am I early? All right, I'm good. We're going to what we call our Crush recap, and during the recap, when we ask you questions and reminiscing about the show.
Okay.
One thing I want to know: what are some of the things you would tell a kid who trying to make it, play this game, and what are some of the stories and things that you want to tell, what you tell kids today? So we'll talk about it when we get back.
Okay, all right.
So stay with us. It's The Crush.
All right.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience, an ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can. You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life.
Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Mom, Dad, guess what? Now how you're always talking to me about not doing drugs like pot and ecstasy and cocaine, how they're dangerous and illegal. Well, you don't have to worry anymore. My friends and I have found a much better way to get high. And you'll be happy to know it's not even illegal. Nice, huh? Want to know what we're doing? All right, I'll tell you. We use cough medicine. Seriously, the stuff in the medicine cabinet. You didn't notice it was missing? Oh, well, I guess lucky for me then.
Last year, more than 2 million teens risked blackouts, seizures, even comas, intentionally abusing ordinary cough medicine, the kind in virtually every home in America. Never heard of it? Bet your kids have.
And it's got to be safe, because it's medicine, right?
When you talk to your kids about drugs, make sure you start with the ones in the medicine cabinet. Need help getting the conversation started? Go to drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Coming to you live from Sensation Station. Listen to The Crush, you get a rush. Live with Stacey Harris, best radio station online. Peace. Roll Tide.
Going to the Crush recap brought to you by
Blunt Power.
With Blunt Power, 3 sprays last for days. You can find out more about
Blunt Power
at their website, bluntpower.com, or go to their Facebook page at Blunt Power or their Twitter page at Blunt Power. So, hey, man, we're still in here with a man, Cameron Lynch. So, Cameron, what are some of the things that you tell kids now, man? Because like I told you, I had a young guy who didn't go to the combine. They talking about he was going undrafted. He blew away. What are some of the things you tell kids, man?
Well, I spoke to my high school team the other day, and I gave them a little snippet.
Brookwood, right?
Brookwood, yep.
Brookwood.
Brookwood Broncos, yes sir.
Gwinnett County in the building.
Chico. So, there's a guy by the name of Derek Cooper and Andre Powell. That's where I met Erica Mitchell from Sports Unlimited, and it's a camp called Pass, and basically he's teaching these kids for the free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was really motivated by that, and he was actually in there doing the drills with them. So I'm like, wow, like I ain't never had no coach do that for me. You know what I'm saying? So, and I spoke to the kids, and I spoke to the kids at Brookwood, and I tied these guys into it because Derek Cooper had a shirt, and the shirt said "motivated by the fear of being average." So I was like, whoa, that's real.
Say that again.
Motivated by the fear of being average. So I told the kids, I said, hey, I'm average. Everything you see about me is average. My height, you know what I'm saying? Everything. But, my heart ain't average. You know what I'm saying?
Can't measure.
And everything that I do when I'm grinding is not average. It's always above and beyond. Today I was working out, and one of my teammates, he's like, hey, man, don't put 365 on the bar. Just keep it at 315 because you're going to make me look bad. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm like, wait a minute, bro. I'm trying to get this money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it's just the fact that how I push myself and how I go about doing things. And, I was undrafted. And I think I say, it was undrafted and undersized. And that's the thing that undersized has been my, my stigma my whole life. So being undersized and looked at as average, I like to counter that with the chip on my shoulder and keep pushing. So that's what I tell kids, man. Is just don't be average and push to be great.
Now, I love that. That's nice. One of the things I always tell, you're in an NFL locker room. You were fortunate enough to play Division I football. It don't matter where you play today. Just reiterate that. Just people from everywhere in the NFL locker room. It don't matter. It's the work you put in.
Right, yeah. They're gonna find you no matter where you are. You know what I'm saying? You can play at Guam State, pure bottled water, state. You can play anywhere anywhere, but if you work hard, you put some stuff on film, that can't be ignored. You know what I mean? So no matter where you go.
No matter where you go, everybody don't have to be Division I all the time, everybody.
Nope.
So my favorite question I always we had a lot of linebackers here recently, so
I think that's by design, but okay.
Hey. What's your favorite? Big hit, sack, or turnover?
Man, okay, so a turnover, that's how you stay in the league. So, I'm going to have to say turnover. You touch the ball, that's you winning. But the best feeling, though, is a turnover and a sack. I like getting sacks, man. In college, they're getting that sack when that crowd get crazy.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? And you get that sack, and it's just that light come on, and you just turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a really good feeling. But a turnover at the same time, helping your team win, and that's where the money's made at is turnover.
Your first NFL feeling for your first game when you come out.
Mm-hmm.
What was that feeling like?
Oh man, dude, we played the Seahawks first game. We beat them. Oh man, seeing Russell and Marshawn fold like that. We tore them up, man. We tore them up, but it was also, like I said, an experience as well because you playing with greats. You know what I'm saying? So you see somebody fold because of the defense that's on the field. But then again, too, you got to respect their game because they were national. They were champs, world champs. And I will always look. I have a Marshawn jersey in my crib. You know what I'm saying? Because I had that jersey before I even thought about before the whole draft thing even started. Because I'm a fan. You know what I mean? So I shook Russell's hand. I was like, dang, this Russell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and it was also as a competitor to see them fold under our defense. That was just a good feeling too. Like we them dudes, you know what I mean? And I was happy for my teammates when we beat them, man.
Fold about 7 times.
Yeah. That had to be the word in the locker room.
They folded up in there.
In linebacker meeting,
they fold
them up.
They're gonna
fold them up,
man.
man.
That's the phrase right there.
Mm-hmm. So it was crazy, man. It was just a great, like I said, a great experience and an honor to play on the field with them dudes.
So I didn't want to talk for you, man. So because we're getting close to the end of the time.
All right.
What are your goals for this year?
Goals for this year is to start a couple games. Shoot, why not the whole time? Whether it be on special teams and on regular defense. Start and go and be better than I was last year, especially on special teams. And like I said, get on that field on defense. So those are my goals, and to stay healthy as well. That's a big key.
Yeah.
Staying around too, man, and staying healthy and continuing that and giving back as well. Those are my goals, and it's to be better than I was last year in those aspects.
You excited for OTAs?
Yeah, man, I'm excited for it, man. It's I'm training. I've been training for like a month straight every day, so it's about that time to head on out and get it in. Perfect my craft. So I'm really excited for it.
Love, man. We wish you all the luck. We're gonna give you that crush love, man. And it works out pretty good for us, man.
Yeah.
Because funny story. We covered the Carolina Panthers last year.
Mm-hmm.
They were the only NFL team had us.
They had us on all behind the scenes.
All access, everything.
Okay.
They went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, we're going to rub some of this off on you too, man.
Okay,
so,
cool,
you
man.
know what I'm saying?
That.
Hey, man, because your story, and that's what I was telling you, your story is so inspiring because it's like you can't tell kids enough.
Yeah.
Hey, man, believe in your dream and just put the work in. Dog, nothing substitutes the work.
No.
I can't stress that enough. So I'm like, let me have other people come tell you that the work matters.
Right. And if you don't get to where you're going, then the work you put in was, probably not directed in the right places too. You know what I'm saying? So you can work, but what you really doing? You can be at the gym, but are you really working? You know what I mean? So it's the type of work you put in and what direction you're going with that work. So
I like that.
There's a lot that goes into it.
Very dope.
Any shout outs you want to give, man, before we leave for the day?
Yeah, man. Shout out, Mom Dukes. Got to show love.
Oh, I always got to show Mom Dukes love.
Got to show love to Mom Dukes. Erica Mitchell with Sports Unlimited, man. She made it all happen, man. And Crush Talk, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on here.
Well, you got a family now right here, brother.
Yeah, so. Man. You good, man.
Appreciate
you good.
But don't act like you don't know it, though. When we like, hey, Cameron.
I'm sure love.
Cameron. Nothing?
With guys like this,
I don't.
With this heart and dude, these are the type guys when you coach. These are the guys when you go home, you be like, you know what, man, he get it.
Yeah,
I just don't want to. I don't have to yell at him a whole lot.
I just don't want to be, man, where I'm like, if I'm outside at the grocery store, he walk by, hey, Cam, remember me? No.
Again, like I say,
I'm about 32 cents short. You ain't got 32 cents.
But see, you know what I'm saying? See, I don't think he would do that. Now, there's a couple of the guys that we've talked to. Now I can see them like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you on the side of the road, they gonna swerve over there and hit you with that puddle one time. So yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it's a couple of those.
But this one right here, nah.
Well, thank you, man. Appreciate it, bro.
He good.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Dube, for coming in, man. Great
Man.
show today.
Hey, man, I tell you, man, that's why I love what I do, man. I love this.
I want to thank Erica. She came in about
45 minutes late, but who's counting?
She came at 9:52. 9:53.
But who's counting?
Ain't nobody. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy, thanks, Diggy. I keep forgetting your name, man. Oliver. We want to call him Clint and everything, man. But, hey, you need to come, man. When you come, the show be, Scott, turn the air down. We good. Thank you, Mace.
Hey, man. All right, my dog.
Stay with us tomorrow, man. We got a legend coming in here tomorrow.
Hey, man. Bo Bach, the dean of Sports Talk Radio, in the building tomorrow, man.
See you in 22 hours. Peace.
You.
Hey, thank y'all. Appreciate the love. See y'all tomorrow, man. Man, Cameron Lynch.
You couldn't get a better.
Check him out.
All right.
Check him out. Los Angeles Rams in the building. See y'all. Peace.